Chris, thank you very much for joining us ahead of the Northampton game. How has the week looked for you and the team, not having that midweek game, of course, to play?
Yeah, it's been good. We obviously have had a little bit more time than we do with a game in the midweek. So yeah, we've had some good training sessions, some good meetings around what we're going to face this weekend, looking back at the recent games, what we need to improve, and everyone's looked quite fresh and lively and bright and ready for the weekend.
It's been two really good wins on the bounce in cup competitions. It looks like you're certainly not taking either of them lightly with the strength of the lineups and certainly the performances as well.
Yeah, I mean, I've sort of each game that comes, I always just look at it on its own merits and think, right, what have we got available? What's best for this game, and go with my gut feeling of what we need to do. So that's what I've done so far. I think we needed to make sure that we came through the Fulham game, progressed on to the next round there, and then there's a bit of time between fixtures, so I wanted to make sure that people had enough game time and sharpness leading into this next league game. So that's what we did for the Sutton game. So yeah, two good wins for us, back into the league now, and yeah, everyone's really looking forward to the home game.
Yeah, like we've seen at Sutton and a few teams this season, I'm sure it can be frustrating to play against teams who are going to be as physical as they can, slow down the game as much as they can. Have the lads done well to deal with that so far and just keep plugging away?
Yeah, I think they have. I think we speak around the philosophy of kind of pounding the rock. Just keep going, and eventually it'll break open. And don't sort of lose your discipline or start trying different things and get too frustrated with it, because it's 11 players deep, trying to break through crowded bodies. It's for us to solve. It's never the problem of the opposition. They can do what they want. They can defend high or low, or there's no right or wrong way for them to play. It's whatever's presented to you. You have to find the solutions, and there's always a solution. But the main thing to understand is it's not. You have to be patient, because you have to find the right gaps and use the right gaps at the right time. So you need to try and be patient in those situations, and that's something we've spoken about. And I thought Sutton, I mean, we had the ball. We created a couple of decent chances second half. That the second goal would have probably maybe enticed them out a little bit. I don't know, but looks like we're having to score a couple of goals for the opposition to change their approach, which is fine, and we'll keep working on solutions for that.
You'll finally be able to have a bit more time on the training field over the next couple of weeks. Now the double game weeks have subsided for a while. How key will that be to work on a few things?
Yeah, I think it's always good because there are so many games. It's any time in training that we have just to think about how we can get better. Like I said to the players today, I think the season finishes in about 6 months from now, actually, and we need to make sure that each month goes by we're getting better. We're not sort of saying, well, we're this good and this is going to be enough for what we want to do. We have to get better each month, and that comes a lot of it through training and the work we do here, and then we bring it into the match day. So yeah, I'm really keen for us to get some good training under our belt now.
Of course, the Stevenage game has also been postponed for international call-ups. Are you confident in having the squad to deal with that eventual fixture pile-up and those midweek games that will be coming around the corner with that?
Yeah, I mean, we've had a little flurry of injuries a few weeks ago, but now we've got sort of two, long-termers, if you like, or ones that are really out in Scott and Emil. A couple of others are building their way back in, so that sets us pretty well for the winter months. Once we come back after the international break, you're talking from sort of there all the way through to February. Really, it's a lot of fixtures, a lot of games, colder weather. So yeah, I think the whole thing was getting a good squad with depth to it, and I feel we've got that, and now it's about how we recover and train and prepare ourselves to maintain a healthy squad.
And what was your reaction to drawing Blackpool in the second round of the FA Cup? Obviously one of the better teams in that draw.
Yeah, I mean, I would have preferred a home draw, obviously. I wasn't too bothered who we were going to play, but always want to play at home, just saves the travel and everything else. But yeah, it's another opportunity for us, another game for us. Obviously that's straight after the international break. We've got a couple of league games and then straight into that one. So as I've said, we go into all competitions to go as far as we can, and yeah, looking forward to that game.
You mentioned last week Christian Bielik being back in light training. How's he doing? Is he perhaps closest to a return?
Yeah, he's had a good week's training and done very well. Looks sharp, and so yeah, he's pretty much there now.
How is Alfie Chang as well, being back around training after such a long injury? What's his outlook sort of like?
Yeah, I mean, he's done really well. I mean, because he was out for 14 months, it's it's different to a lot of the injuries that we talk about. It's something that takes time. So I think he's done a good block of training now for a month or so, and now the next step is to bigger space areas and maybe some exposure to under 21s football and that type of thing. So it's a longer road for Alfie, but he's done very well so far, and he worked so hard to come back from his injury, and hopefully he can keep improving.
Now, looking, of course, at Northampton, they've struggled at times this season, of course, beaten by Kettering Town in the Cup, but are you still expecting a very tough test?
Yeah, I mean, I've seen quite a few of their games that they've been in all the games I've seen. They've been in the game. One or two quality players, they know what they're doing. There'll be a different type of challenge for us. They have some quality. So no, I'm not expecting, and no one should be expecting it to be an easy game. It's going to be another test, another challenge we need to overcome.
And how do you assess the way John Brady sets that team up? What could they look to do against us?
I think they look like a really well organised team, disciplined. They normally play with wide players, wingers. Sort of played against a lot of back fives this season. They might play a back five. They can play a back five and have done, but typically it's a back four, and they try and play with wingers. And the wingers usually have a bit of quality, so balls out wide, crosses into the box, and then defensively they've been pretty solid and strong, and difficult to break down. So I've been, another strong outfit, another challenge for us, and each game we have to come up with the answers to the questions that we're asked, and that's what we'll try and do.
Just finally, the game was announced as a sellout over a week ago. What kind of atmosphere are you expecting there on Saturday?
I'm expecting a good one. I think we always can help generate that with the energy and the way we play. That gets it going. So, but it's as I said to the players today, it's the fans are coming to watch you because they believe in what you're doing and how you're playing, and they want to come and see their team play now. And it's another sellout, and that's brilliant for us because we need all the backing and support that we can get. And once that stadium gets going, there's no better place to be. So, but we've got to give with our performance, and then the fans will hear them.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.